Conjuration, huh? It's gotta be the laziest skill line in the whole game, and I love it. So yes, we're gonna spend 100 days becoming a master Conjuration Mage. Does anyone else get stuck here? I swear, this is the toughest part of the game, figuring out a name. Never think this far ahead. I just googled fancy British name and it gave me Regal, sure, why not? I swear it takes longer to defeat that stupid text box than it does Alduin at this point. Gotta be at the 5,000 hour mark of this game and it's still hard to beat. So if you've never played Skyrim before and you don't know this story, when I was about to get executed, a dragon attacked and everyone just ran off. And then I had to pick between siding with my captors or the prisoners. So of course I went with the people that captured me instead of my prisoner friends. It's like one of those games where you can join mid-game and then you can swap sides and then you win, and right, easy. I know, I'm using swords right now. I didn't start off with any conjuration spells, sadly, so these guys are gonna have to do until we get some. Oh, I also added a mod, by the way. Nothing too overpowered, I promise. It's a conjuration mod, adds a few more spells, just gives me something more to do. I'll talk about that more later when we get to it. If you're curious, we're playing on the legendary difficulty as well. We're already trying to build up a conjuration build, which has gotta be, like I said, one of the easiest builds to do. So if we're not playing legendary, I think I'd feel like I'm cheating. I already feel like I'm cheating a little bit using swords instead of conjuration spells. It's fine, I'll get one ASAP. I just need to escape this place first. And there is the exit. We are out. Nice. Okay, we need to head into town and get a conjuration spell. But before we do that, let's hit up the mage stone. There's 3 stones here. There's a lot of them scattered throughout the world, but these 3 anyway. There's a warrior one, a thief's one, and a mage one. Whichever one you select basically means you level up faster in those skill trees than the others. We're gonna stick close to Hedvar on the way down to the village. There's some wolves on the way, and I don't have any minions yet, so he can be my unofficial minion. Alright, that was my last kill with a sword, I promise. We're gonna buy a spell. Oh not, he doesn't really have anything of use for me. It has raised zombie, but I kinda need to kill something to use that. Crossed over the river here because I know there's dogs on the other side. I think I could take them, but I'm trying not to kill anything else with this sword. Well, that was a waste of time. There was one on this side too, and I forgot. Anyway, at Whiterun now. I got stopped by the guard at the gate, persuaded him to let me in so I could go tell the Jarl about the dragon attack. I rushed through the dialogue. I know what's going on here. I just want to get spells. I was told to talk to Farengar, the wizard of the place. Him and the Jarl want me to go to Bleakfold's Barrow to get the dragon stone, but for now I just want to try and get some spells. Didn't have enough money yet, so I had to go trade some things with the traders in town. Finally got enough money to get the Flame Atronach spell, and I got the Bound Sword as well. I can use the Bound Sword right away, but my Magicka isn't quite high enough yet to summon the Atronach, so I put up a few points into Magicka. Threw on this hood, which increased my Magicka as well, and now we should be good. Early morning day 2 now. I stopped to admire the skies for a bit. Super pretty. These guys stand no chance. I stormed up Bleakfold's Barrow, barely breaking a sweat. Now let's make sure we take all of their stuff. Gonna sell all of this so we can buy some more conjuration spells. I know I said it's a lazy build and we could just stand back and do nothing, but I was trying my hardest to get involved. Once inside, this guy got me down pretty low, but I used my level up to regain my health. I was keeping a good pace going through this place. When it came time to cut this guy down, I just let him run. He can help me hurt these Droger a little bit before he dies. He was carrying the Golden Claw, which is what we need to be able to get through a door in this place. The Flame Atronach and the Bound Sword were a pretty good combo early game. It was leveling up the one-handed skill as well as the conjuration, which is leveling up fairly quick, by the way. Level 27 already? Nice. For an attempt at a lazy build, I sure am doing a lot of work here, geez. This is the door you needed the Dragon Claw to open. The combination is on the claw itself, but you just gotta turn all 3 of these 2 times and you are good to go. Once we're past this door into the final room, grabbed the Word of Power on the wall and went straight for this guy. Felt like I speedrun this place, went for it so quick. Give me that dragon stone, thank you very much. So let's take it and head on out. But I did return the dragon stone to Farengar and then sold a bunch of things to the merchants in town that I didn't need. Day 3, passing by the watchtower, so we might as well get this first dragon killed. Like I said, conjuration build, lazy, but I'm getting up close and personal here. Even believe that was the final hit. I'm gonna suck up the dragon's soul, and now if we go past the watchtower, we find this house. Inside is a merchant. Now this is the mod I added. It's supposed to add a bunch of new conjuration spells. Again, nothing too overpowered or anything like that. It's mostly just stuff for me to collect. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised at the lack of stuff there for me to buy right now. I guess more stuff will become available later. It's supposedly a pretty balanced mod, so I'll be back once I've leveled up a bit. Reported back to the Jarl real quick and sold some stuff to the town's merchants. Gonna take Lydia with me. Don't really want her to be my main follower throughout this playthrough, but for now you can come with. Came across this place. They started shooting at me, so I had to stab them to death with my ghosty sword. Was on my way to Iverstead to continue the main quest. Kinda wanted to do the Dragonborn DLC first. I've not done that in a while. And to do it, we have to progress the main story a little bit. And to do that, I have to climb this massive mountain to talk to the Greybeards. See, when I killed that first dragon, I absorbed its soul, and now they want to talk to me. I don't mind. Climbing this mountain is one of my favorite parts of the game anyway. I really didn't need to do that, but it's leveling up my one-handed, so I will. I'm gonna ignore that frost troll for a minute. Those guys are tough as nails and seriously are no joke. Made it to High Hrothgar. This is the home of the Greybeards. So these guys are experts when it comes to the way of the voice. And this guy wanted me to demonstrate my Thuum, so I did. I yelled at him. Told me a few extra words of power, one of which being Whirlwind Sprint. We're gonna need that later. But now we're off to get the Horn of Windcaller. This is the quest we needed to be able to do the Dragonborn DLC. We have to finish this one and then we can go. I'm gonna hire this carriage to take me here. That's close to where we gotta be. Alright, who crashed my game, huh? I'm back. It's fine. It worked that time. I had no interest in sticking around this place though. Just the closest place to my objective, which was this hole in the ground. There was a lot of enemies here. Lots of them were fighting each other, so it helped speed things up a little bit. Remember that shout the Greybeards teached me? Well, I needed it here. We run past these stones. If I didn't have Whirlwind Sprint, the gates behind me would close too quick and I couldn't pass. This room was also trapped. The floor was just filled with pressure plates. Standing on them would set me on fire. I used the leveling up trick again to recover my health. Really useful to do that. Save a point. When you're in danger, just level up and heal. Speaking of leveling up, I put a point into Mystic Binding. This makes my bound weapons do more damage. And a point into Apprentice Conjuration, which makes my Apprentice Conjuration spells cost a whole lot less magicka to cast. Oh, and one-handed was leveling up while I was using my bound weapons, so I figure this would also make it do more damage, right? I put some points into the one-handed. And honestly, at the time of recording that clip, I didn't know if that would help at all, but yeah, I did it anyway. And there we are, just past that gate is the final room. Like I said, we need to finish this quest and then we can go off and do the Dragonborn DLC. I will finish the main story later, but for now I want to go switch things up a little bit. Yep, surprise, surprise, there's no horn, just a note. Says I need to speak to you urgently, a friend.
When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
Yeah, so these were the guys we needed to start the Dragonborn DLC. I'm gonna take all of their stuff. One of them had a letter. If we read it, it says, board the vessel Northern Maiden docked at Raven Rock. Take it to Windhelm, then begin your search. Kill the false Dragonborn known as Regal before he reaches Solstein. Return with word of your success, and Mirak shall be most pleased. Now, you could go to Solstein before doing all of that, but you couldn't trigger the main quest line, which I really wanted to do. Before we get to doing that, let's sell a bunch of the stuff that I've got. And check this guy's inventory. Oh, he's got some new spells. Nice. Dromora Lord's a little OP. I thought this mod was supposed to be balanced. Yoink. And you know what? I'll take the bow as well, the bound bow. That'll be nice. Yeah, it's not like we can use the Dromora Lord yet anyway, because I don't have enough magicka to do that. But the bow, on the other hand, is gonna be nice. We can conjure up a nice bow with 100 arrows every single time we cast it. Alright, you better not crash my game again, you jerk. We're gonna use the carriage to get to Windhelm. I don't need to go to Windhelm directly, but there is a boat we need to get just on the side of Windhelm. Nice, nice. I made it. No crash. I had to threaten this muppet. He wouldn't take me to Solstein. And there it goes. Yep. I deserve that. I'm back, and honestly, the Dragonborn DLC has gotta be the questline that I'm the most unfamiliar with. I played it, and I really enjoyed it, but I think I might have only played it once or twice at most.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intention.
I don't believe this guy's bad, but he has one of those faces, you know, I don't like him. You can kindly get lost. I'm gonna check his pockets too. You got anything I can steal? Anyway, first thing we had to do is check out this shrine to try and get some information on Mirek. I believe Mirek is the first ever Dragonborn, and he has some kind of hold on this place. He's supposed to be long dead though. So this guy called Neloff told me I should check out the Temple of Mirek, but said it's impossible for him to be back since he's been dead for a long time. On my way, I found this camp. It had some Reaver outlaws. There's also a locked box. You can find these throughout Solstheim, and inside there's these pendants. Back at Raven Rock, you can find someone that will take all of these and pay you for them. Lots of dead dragons. So many dragon bones. When I made it to Mirak's temple, I met up with Freya. She was wanting to either free her people or avenge them, depending on what the heck was going on here. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. There's gonna be 4 of us now, too. With Freya, me, my Atronach, and Lydia. This place is gonna be a cakewalk. The traps, however, that is a different story. This place was filled with Droga and cultists. The deeper I go, the more there seem to be. That does not look good. You're just gonna sit there? You're gonna make me do all of the work here? Just gonna go nice and easy. Okay, okay. Nice, nice. Okay, we made it. This was supposed to be a lazy playthrough, and I'm doing everything. You know, one of my favorite things to do in this game is killing skeletons. I don't know why, it's just very, very satisfying. They crumble to the ground and take barely any hits to die. You just mow these guys down. It doesn't even matter we're playing on legendary difficulty right now. After taking the word of power on the wall, Droga started appearing. Yep, didn't see that one coming. Need to kill this gatekeeper. He's got a key that we need to progress to the next area. Yep, thank you for that. Now we can open this door. Man, this room is cool. There's a lot of traps, and as you walk up the hill or enemies walk down, lots of rocks are just falling down the stairs left and right, and it's good fun. Wait a minute, is that a fox summon I just found? Not sure you're gonna be too much help, but hey. This is the end of this place though, black book at the end. Reading these books lets you go to where Mirek is. He seemed pretty surprised to see me at first.
You are Dragonborn. I can feel it.
Oh, I got something you can feel. He showed off his powers and said I can return to Tamriel and await his arrival alongside everyone else. So his alien bros blasted me back. Then once back, Freya wanted to have a chat, said we should go check out her village. It's not too far, we just have to cross this bridge. Her people's village had a protective shield around it. It kept them safe from all of the weird stuff going on here. Told her dad I'd seen Mirek, and he seems to think we're both connected since we're both Dragonborn. But to help defeat him, we're gonna try to find a word of power. Where there's a word of power, there's normally trouble, and this time it was a dragon. Which is fine, because we will need a soul to unlock the shout anyways. The dragon lost interest some reason, so I run over to grab the shout. It's good that we have it, but bad that the dragon seems to have just totally left. I needed that soul. Ah, crap. Meridia's beacon. I'm gonna leave that there. Nope, he's back. Need to take out this stupid troll so it's not getting in the way. Just kept chipping away at it slowly, mostly keeping my distance, to be honest. I got stuck too, so I just kinda stood there and let Lydia and Flame Lady take it out. We needed to unlock this bend will shout. So the way shouts in this game work is you find words of power on walls, and then you have to consume a dragon soul and spend it to unlock that word of power. In some cases, like the Greybeards, they teach you a word of power and then they give you the knowledge to be able to use it. But most of the time you have to buy them yourself using dragon souls. Now that we have the bend will shout, we can use them on these stones to reveal lurkers and free people from the hole they're under. Oh, that was bright as heck. They are pretty tough. They've got a lot of health. So, yeah, we're gonna stay back. Pull out my bound bow, maybe, and keep my distance. Managing to level up my archery a lot, I will take it. Put him down, cleansing the area, now we have to return to Stone. He gave me a quest to cleanse the island. There was more stones around with lurkers we needed to kill. We also have to go talk to Neloth, which is a dark elf who supposedly knows a lot about the black books. But yes, before we do that, I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock so I can sell some things and clear out my inventory a little bit. Oh wow, look at this Conjuration robe I got. If I wear this, we can summon our Dremora Lord now. Nice upgrade, hopefully. I don't really remember using the Dremora Lord all too often in the past. Right, I want to do the Beast Stone next. This one is the most important to me. This one is definitely the easiest lurker to kill. The other ones that you have to go to have other enemies around it, just making it a whole lot more difficult to do. Now that the lurker's dead, we can touch the Beast Stone and summon a werebear. Which is super cool, but sadly you can only use this power once a day. And to be able to use it again, we have to come back and touch the Beast Stone again. So considering we only have 100 days to play here, I don't think we're gonna be spending a whole lot of our time traveling back to touch this stone. Mostly just wanted to show it off because of my conjuration build we're going for. Wow, that is a big flea. Great, now I'm gonna be itching all day thinking about it. Speaking of big things, made it to where Neloth lives. Once inside the mushroom, there's a cool magical elevator used to get up and down to the living quarters. Told Neloth I needed to find more black books to help me get to Miraak. He agreed to help. We needed to travel to some Dwemer ruins though. This guy's gonna be my new companion, replacing Lydia at some point soon. He's a Conjuration Mage himself, but not available to us yet, sadly. Man, this place is pretty. Summoning my Dremora Lord, and wow, okay. That was a good shot. After clearing the mount, I lost the wizard. Kinda need that guy to progress. What are you doing over here, mister, huh? What are you... Are you stuck? Had to skip an hour to get him unstuck. Now we can get him to open the door of a cube he had in his pockets. Don't know where he was storing that, but in we go. There is the black book. It's trapped under this glass. We need to get the steam back in this room to open it up. This area is basically one big puzzle. Not a very hard puzzle, but it's a puzzle. See, we had to use these cubes to raise and lower water when we see fit to help us progress. They also trigger doors, also bridges and stairs to move and open. Had to use them to get around and collect more of them, basically. Once I had them all, it's back to the main room. We have more than one now, so we can lower this room's water entirely. Now to go through this door. Another puzzle in here. We have to lower all of the bridges to get around. Super easy. You just hit the left one once and then the right one once. Don't touch the middle one. So hear me out. I make these videos for free and they take a long time to make. I'm gonna assume if you're still watching at this point that you're enjoying the video. So I would appreciate a like if you're enjoying it. It helps me know that you like the video and that I should make more of these. Anyways, I think this is the final cube. For real this time. Move out the way, Lydia. I've got all of the cubes. Now if we put them all on these pedestals, we should get the steam back to where that black book is. Now push the button, and there we go. So here's how these books work. Like I said, we read these and it takes us to where Miraak is. You progress through the book by reading these chapters for as far as you can. If you lose all of your health, the progress in the book is saved to the last chapter you got to. Basically, these chapters work as checkpoints. We were being talked to by Hermaeus Mora the whole time. He's a Daedric prince of knowledge and memory who calls everyone who seeks his knowledge his servants. Yeah, pretty weird stuff. I progressed a little bit, but then I went down. I don't think this counts as a proper death, though. Walked outside, I was met by this named dragon. I left the room because it said there was enemies nearby and I couldn't read the book in there. I gotta say, killed the dragon. He quite poetically fell from the platform to the water. Kinda cool. It won't let me take the dragon's soul, though. That kinda sucks. Okay, back to this book. I speedran through this place. Jeez, did not get touched by hardly anything. I found a chest. Conjure Stormcloak toy? I'll have to mess with this later. Activated this thing to take a bridge to the final book, where I met Hermaeus Mora himself. He gave me a word of power, but said it wouldn't be enough to defeat Miraak.
The second word of power. Use it to bend the wills of mortals to your purpose. But this is not enough. Miraak knows the final word of power. Without that, you cannot hope to surpass him.
You freaky son of a bird. So you know Freya's village, he kinda wanted to just know what's going on there and the secrets and stuff. And if I helped him get that knowledge, he would give me the final word of power to the shout I need to help fight Mirek. But what is this Stormcloak Officer toy summon I got? Oh, you are so little and very, very slow. Anyways, we're gonna leave Solstheim for a minute, back to Skyrim. You know, this is my new favorite place to hang out. Wanted to check what new conjuration spells he's got for me. Oh, that is a lot of new stuff. Conjure Arctic, fox, chicken, cow, deer. I'll take the Storm Atronach. The Meridia, that's just gonna be like a ball of light or something, right? Take the Frost Atronach, and I think the chicken. The two Atronachs are just the standard ones you can get from the game already. What on earth is wrong with Lydia? Meridia is new, it's a ball of light, just like I expected. And there is the chicken. Can you just, like, be normal, please, Lydia? You're freaking me out.
I've got your back.
That's good to know, but who's got your head? Anyway, back to the Dragonborn DLC. Storn said that he'd be more open to giving up his secrets to this place if I had freed or cleansed more of those stones around Solstheim. This one's in more of an ashier area, and honestly, this one is kinda tough. There's more lurkers down by the water that get involved, and it's just a big pain. I don't have to kill the ones down by the water, just this one that spawned from the stone, and then we can be on our way. Down he goes, and now I'm just gonna leave. The one by Raven Rock's not as bad as the last one. The last one has, I think, 2 lurkers that come in and get involved. This one just has an extra 1. I took out the second one too, just for being a nuisance. I'm gonna go straight for the final one. It's just along the island this way. From what I remember, it's right by a dragon as well. Yeah, there is the dragon. It was attacking the lurker too, so that was nice. Made killing it just that little bit more faster. Then I turned on the scaly boy. I was able to get this one's soul, and like the last one, when it fell in the water, I couldn't get it. Now we go back to this big mushroom house. Now the plan here is just to go into the mushroom, then exit right away. And now we will find a Ash Guardian outside, just attacking people. This Ash Guardian was spawned by that Conjuration Mage that I want to make my follower. He asks you to kill it, and I did. I took it out, didn't take too long. And now he will give you an option to become your follower. I'm sorry, Lydia, but your head was missing earlier, and it scarred me for life. Now we have this guy, and he is also a Conjuration Mage. Oh, and he gave me a book as well. We can summon an Ash Guardian ourselves now. They are kind of tough, but you have to have a Heartstone in your inventory, otherwise they spawn in mad and just attack everyone. You can find these pretty easy, you just find veins of them around Solstheim. So I've cleansed all of the stones. Now Storn should be more willing to give his secrets to Hermaeus Mora. Gave the Black Book a read and out came Hermaeus Mora. Holy sh**. If you haven't noticed yet, this guy kinda sucks. He did just give me the last word I needed though. I only have 1 dragon soul left, so I can use that to buy the mind word. I can't get the dragon word that he just gifted me. So we have to go find a dragon to kill. Give me that black book back, and you know what? You won't be needing those shoes either. Now if we go to Mirek's temple, I remember there was a dragon just over there somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Give me that juicy dragon soul. Pretty easy dragon to take down, but it wasn't letting me take the dragon soul. I think that's because of a bug. Normally, Mirek turns up every so often and steals the dragon souls from the dragons you kill. I think that's what's going on here, but Mirek's just not turning up and doing it, so the game's glitching out on me and nobody gets the soul. That means we're gonna need another dragon. Google says there's one up on these islands up here somewhere. That is a lot of Hawkers. We're gonna have to take these out first before we fight that dragon. They're gonna get in the way. Here comes the dragon, and the Hawkers are still alive. Okay, I think that is all of them down. Didn't really want anything sneaking up on me when I was fighting this guy. We are on legendary difficulty, so a fly could technically one-hit me. No, 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 he's going in the water, come on. Give me, oh, it's working. Okay, we're getting the soul, nice. Now we can unlock the final word and go fight Mirak. Before I go, let's go sell some things to the traders at Raven Rock. Inventory not entirely clear, but that's gonna have to do. Now let's get to reading this black book so you can stop trying to steal my dragon souls. So again, inside this place, you have to find these books. Touching a book will take you to a different chapter in the book and also save your progress. I went down here, a tentacle managed to get me. Again, it's fine, we can just read the book again and go right back. Best thing to do in here if you're not strong enough to kill everything is just to keep moving. Inside this room there was 4 pedestals. You had to look at the pictures and the names of the black books you'd been getting up until this point. You make sure the pictures on the pedestals and the names of the books just match up nicely. So this one over here, for example, is a eye, which means it's safe to say prying orbs go on this one. And now we can read this book, taking us to the next chapter. I'm editing the video right now and I realize I'm missing a clip. That wall has a dragon shout on it, which lets you tame dragons and be able to ride them. After this point, you get the shout and then you ride a dragon up to where Mirak's at. I just had to lose the coolest part of this DLC. Anyway, I made it. Here he is. I'm not even gonna let him talk. I'm just gonna shoot him right in the head. I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very surprised at how quick his health was draining. Once I got his health down about halfway, he sucked up a dragon's soul and regained all of his health. I stayed back and used my bow a lot while the Dromora Lord did most of the work. I got hit pretty hard here and had to use a level up to get my health back. Still wasn't enough, had to heal up 2 times to survive that hit. That dragon over there is helping me out. That's the one I tamed to get over here. Didn't last long because when I got his health down halfway for the 2nd time, he consumed that dragon soul. But that was the last time he would heal. I did tame one of the dragons flying around above. Figured I'd be safe up in the sky on the dragon while my Dromore finished him off. This was a bad idea though because I missed what was going on and Mirak died. When I finally figured out how to get off this stupid dragon, well, Mirak was very, very broken. Yeah, he was making noise when I was hitting him, and I just couldn't properly finish the quest. So I had to reload the save and do it all again. But this time I made sure not to tame any dragons and keep my feet on the ground.
Mirak, you can hide nothing from me here. No matter, I have found a new dragonborn to serve me.
Gonna loot his corpse clean. Thank you very much. And now we can leave. There is the Dragonborn DLC main quest line entirely done. So we have Mirak's gear. It looks pretty cool, but I don't think I will wear all of his stuff. The gloves and boots can stay for now, but I think I want my other robe back in the hood. The hood isn't as good as Mirak's mask, but I'm going for vanity here, and I'm not sorry about it. The merchant in town had some spells for me. I took the Shadow Master, and I bought this dog too. What a good boy. I think I'm done on this island for now. I went to take the boat back, but that costs coins, so I just fast traveled instead. It's been a while. Let's go see what Alethar has for sale. Oh, he's got a husky. Yes, don't even have to think about it. I quite literally squealed when I seen this guy. Also got a goat. Yeah, just a goat. We're off to Solitude now. I wanted to get involved in the Stormcloaks versus Imperial storyline while I worked on my Conjuration leveling. So hear me out, we're gonna do some nerdy roleplay now. My character's plot is a sellout evil Conjuration Mage that does all of the Imperial's bidding just for coin. It's a new day and I'm off to see the leader of this place. Good day, sir. Okay. I think I might be in the wrong place here. Yeah, totally was in the wrong place. We actually need to talk to General Tullius to start the storyline. He was one of the guys at the start that tried to have me executed.
We might have use for someone resourceful like you. Besides, I'm sure your being imprisoned was all a terrible misunderstanding.
Oh, I'm sure it was, my friend. So this is the person we're going to be reporting to a lot throughout this questline. She wanted me to go prove myself by clearing a fort nearby to get started that was overrun by bandits. I guess we are going back into the wilds for a bit to find this fort. And there it is. I gotta admit, at this point, I was feeling pretty OP in this place. Oh, and I learned the one-handed and archery skills do affect my bound weapons too. So I leveled them up and now I do significantly more damage with this bow and my sword. I nearly got a cool final kill here, but I guess someone stole it. Now we gotta head on inside. I just feel bad for these guys at this point. Alright, that was quick. We got this place cleared. Let's go back to Solitude to talk to Ricky. She said I was ready to join the Imperial Legion, and I took an oath. After that, Ricky said we needed to get the Jagged Crown before Ulfric does. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. Got a free set of Imperial armor from this guy. It's nothing special. I just sold it right back to him. Though that shield does look kinda cool. I guess we should go get this Jagged Crown for General Tullius and Ricky. Now, I gotta be honest, I love this storyline, okay? I guess I love the quests, not so much the storyline, because both sides kinda suck. But the quests are really, really fun. But as fun as they are, it's very, very easy. It's hard to die, but I just really enjoy it. I don't know what it is about having a bunch of people around you running into a place together in a big war. It's just fun. It is pretty hard to get hits in though when there's so many people crammed into a corridor like this. Found one of these doors that require a claw to get through. The claw is on the floor. The claw always has the answer to the door written on it. Looks like this one is wolf at the top, bug in the middle, and dragon on the bottom. There we go. We are in. Nice. This room had a locked door. Had to go pull a lever up here to open it. Oh, that woke up a lot of the Droga, though. Just gonna stand up here and help pick them off. Don't really need me down there. There's enough of them. I made it to the final room. There is the Jagged Crown. It's on the Death Lord's head. I did get a cheap shot off, but they just stand no chance. There's so many things attacking them. Nice, we got the crown. Says we have to return to General Tullius now. Had a word of power on the wall back here too. I will grab that. It's getting late, but here we are, back at Solitude now. What are you doing over here in the dark, you crazy person? I handed over the Jagged Crown, and he gave me this letter. No, sadly not a love letter to me. It was to give to the Jarl of Whiterun. You see, the thing is, Ulfric's Stormcloak, who is the leader of the Stormcloaks, planned to attack Whiterun, but the Jarl is refusing the support of the Imperial Legion. I'm gonna be doing a lot of running around here in this storyline. Why are you guys huddling? What are you up to, huh? He gave me some sass, seemed to want nothing to do with the whole Stormcloak versus Imperial thing at first. After he talked to his advisors, he gave me an axe to give to Ulfric's Stormcloak. I guess we're off to Windhelm now. I don't really plan on sticking around, just gonna give this axe to him and I'll be off. I will say, if I had to pick a side based on the way the outfits look, I would pick the Stormcloaks. I don't know what it is about that outfit. He didn't accept the axe, he told me to give it back to the Jarl, which, what the heck? I guess we better go return this axe to the Jarl of Whiterun.
You've returned with my axe. I knew that would be his response.
Yeah, so they must have been right behind me because now Whiterun is under attack. Met with some Imperial soldiers and there's Ricky up there giving them all a pep talk. So we have to defend Whiterun. The way this quest works is you have to kill Stormcloak soldiers until the percentage goes down to 0. Again, fairly simple. I don't know why, but it is really, really fun. Easily one of my favorite quests in the game. I don't know what it is about it. Don't really know where my Dromorlord is, but as long as he's off doing damage, I don't care. Oh, I'm gonna take this stuff. Don't know if I will ever use it, but it looks pretty cool. A little sad that it's over, but there we go. Whiterun is now safe. Had to return to General Tullius. He told me that we need to try to regain the Pale now. To keep it short, if you don't know what the Pale is, basically it's the top middle of Skyrim, where Dawnstar is the main city. I don't know why anyone would live here though. It looks colder than my heart. I like my tea piping hot though, it keeps a nice balance. Let's talk to Ricky and get my orders. So she said I had to give some false orders to a Stormcloak commander. But to do that, we had to go find some documents to forge. Forgery, one of my favorite pastimes, I gotta admit. What is it, death, taxes, and forging documents or something like that? Man, I gotta stop thinking out loud. Here we are, the Nightgate Inn. I had to find a courier, so figured we'd talk to the innkeeper here. So those documents are on a courier right now, and we needed to find out where he was. The innkeeper had to be threatened to give me the information I needed. He said the courier would be back in this inn at some point, so we could just wait around for him, or we could go meet him halfway. I think because we only have 100 days, the best choice here is to just go find him. Since he's marked on my map, made him very easy to find. But of course, he wouldn't just hand it over, so he's gotta die. Give me those Stormcloak documents. Now Ricky's gonna alter these documents so that some supplies would not get where they needed to go. Now we need to deliver these documents to Dawnstar. Inside the Jarl's building, there was a commander. Looks like he fell for those documents, the sucker. 5 gold septims? Are you serious right now? I know he's the one getting played, but I'm gonna reach into his pockets and get a reward for myself. Gonna check what the Jarl's got too. 52 coin, yes please. Return back to Ricky, at least she pays well. 800 coin, I will take it. Now we have a quest called Battle for Fort Dunsted. Running towards the fort with all of these people make me feel like I'm in a movie. The quest concept is basically the same as the Whiterun quest, we just have to kill Stormcloaks until the percentage goes down to 0. What on earth is that horse doing up there? I know we're in the middle of a war right now, but I tried to get on this horse. I'm not sure if this means this horse is mine now. It didn't say owned, it just said ride horse, so I think it should be mine. My summon was doing most of the damage, but I did take out my own fair share as well. By the end of the day, this fort was ours. Yeah, back to General Tullius now. Lots of back and forth. He told me we had to regain the Rift next, which if you didn't know is located in the bottom right of Skyrim, where Riften is the main city. Before we get to doing that, I sold some things in town and bought this book. Let me conjure up a Netchkopf, which is the things you can find on Solstheim. They look pretty interesting. I want to say cute, but they're not. I guess that's what you could say about every baby on this planet, honestly. I doubt I'll use it, but again, I kinda just want to collect these. Remember that horse that I tried to steal? Well, it worked. It's mine now. It always turns up when I'm traveling around, so that's nice. It worked. Gotta go report to Ricky and get my next orders. He told me that the Jarl of Riften's steward is corrupt and is best buds with the Thieves Guild. So I guess we need to go blackmail her. Now, I've not been to Riften yet, so this is gonna be a long walk if I don't want to use a carriage. Good thing we have this horse now. And when you first make it to Riften, there's a guard out front that tries to shake you down, but you can call him out on it, and he gives up pretty quick, honestly. And again, once you're inside, you get stopped by this guy, who I couldn't really care less about at the minute. Just gonna walk off. There is the building where the Jarl stays. The steward should be in there too. Had to get past this door, but every time I tried, this guard kept threatening me to leave, saying I was trespassing. I did sit patiently, waiting to see if he would get lost, but he didn't. So I did just about what everyone would do, and I rushed in there panicking. Even tried to steal the wrong thing. I didn't need to pick this lock. It was the dresser that had the note that I needed inside. There we go, I've got it. Now to wait for the lady. I told her that I know that she's in cahoots with the Thieves Guild. Told me we should talk in private and to follow her to her room. Said they would ruin her if it got out, and said there was a shipment of weapons and supplies that would benefit us to get. Before I made the deal, I shook her down for an extra 1,000 coin. I am such a bad person and I love it. Now to report back to Ricky about the supplies and the weapons. I'm not gonna tell her about the coin I just acquired. If this stupid Netchkopf would get out the way. It looks like we're gonna go get that shipment of weapons and supplies. With me, my Dromora Lord, and a bunch of Imperial soldiers, they stood no chance defending this cart. I did pick the lock myself to see if there was anything for me. I guess I could take this to sell. Alright, we got the shipment of supplies. Now let's get back to Ricky. Looks like she's stuck. Oh, 800 coin? I am just rinsing these guys. It was another one of these take the fort back quests next, so I won't bore you too much with it. It was a good time though. These war quests are always fun. Fort is mine. Back to Solitude now. It says to report to General Tullius. That is all I'm doing right now, is reporting to this person, reporting to that person. What on earth are you doing with your hand? Here you go, I got you an ink pot. No? Okay. You know what? I don't even care. You tried to kill me. Anyway, time to take Winterhold now, and it's a little bit different to the past few quests we've had in this storyline. Instead of running in, attacking the Stormcloaks, making the percentage go down to 0, we're gonna have to be sneaky this time. Advar tells me that the Stormcloaks have some Imperial soldiers locked up in prisons, and that this time we have to sneak in, release the prisoners, and then take out the Stormcloaks. Then we'll sneak on down these stairs. There's the prisoners. So the prisoners start talking about how there's a key on one of the guards or something. But honestly, these doors are like the easiest doors to unlock. You don't even have to move the bobby pin. You just like turn it. All of them, you just turn it. Seriously, not gonna complain because we get free XP from doing this. They're all out now. We gotta take them to get their gear. Cool, cool. They've all got their armor on. And now we fight our way out, which is really, really cool. I like that they switched it up a little bit with this quest. And then finally, we take out the rest of the Stormcloaks outside. Back at Solitude, Tullius said it's nearly time for the final fight. I better go clear out my inventory if that is the case. Gotta sell some things to these merchants. Now I'm curious, what did you guys pick when it came to choosing a side with the Imperials versus Stormcloaks? Are you an Imperial or are you a Stormcloak? I mentioned a few times, but I don't really like either side. One side tried to kill me and the other one is basically all for the Nords. I know it all goes a little bit deeper than just liking one side more than the other. And honestly, I think it's really, really cool that the game's been out for so long and we're all still discussing the Stormcloaks versus Imperials. I hope whenever Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, there's loads of books scattered around the world you can read about it. Bumped into this random angry dark elf on the way. It's fine, I killed him and the game let me take his heart. He was mad, but I'm kinda happy today because I just hit level 80 Conjuration, which means I can take the expert level casting skill, and I'm also gonna take this one, which gives me an extra 50% damage to my summons, as if they weren't OP enough. This is the final fort we have to take before we can go kill Ulfric. Nothing fancy about this one, we just have to get the percentage of Stormcloaks down to 0 again. Oh, that guy got yeeted. My arrows are clearly hitting that guy, what the heck. By the end of the night, this fort was ours.
We're taking the city! Meet the soldiers gathering for the attack! Move it!
Today's the day, day 27, and we're taking Windhelm and killing Ulfric's Stormcloak. There's the knob that tried to have me executed. He's rallying the Imperials. If you can't tell, I hold a grudge pretty bad. So what you have to do is just kill Stormcloaks, push on through the city until you eventually make it to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Yep, that was quick. No idea where it came from, but there we go, I died. What on earth? I got a bounty from Winterhold? How? What? I'm in Windhelm right now. Fighting a war. The toughest part of this Hool quest was this alleyway. They just kept coming and it was hard to push ahead. It seemed like that's how it was anyway. If you didn't push, then they just keep coming. I can see the door to the palace, so I just ran right past this guy to get to the door. Here we are, I made it inside. There is Ulfric sat on his throne. Tried to get him to surrender, but he wouldn't. Quickly broke out into a fight and Ulfric went down pretty quick. Stonefist seemed to put up much more of a fight than Ulfric did, jeez. No worries though, my summon put him down pretty good. Ulfric's still alive, down on his knees, albeit. Ulfric wanted me to be the one to kill him, but Tullius wanted me to use his sword to do it. They paid me enough coin after all of this time, so yeah, sure, I'll do it. I will take all of this stuff, thank you very much. I'm not gonna wear it, but it looks pretty cool. And that's it, that's the end of this storyline. General Tullius was outside giving a speech, but sadly don't have time for that, I got places to be. Like Alifar's store, I've been stuck with this Dremora Lord for a while now, so I want to see what he's got. There's nothing really of interest for me this time. I did take a trip into Whiterun to get the Bound Battle Axe spell. I know my Bound Sword and my Bound Bow will do more damage, just because I've been putting more points into archery and one-handed. But I kinda want to level up my two-handed, it's gonna be easy XP. I want to get the Master Conjuration spell at some point, so we have to go to Winterhold. Thing is, I just got that stupid bounty, didn't I? So this is going to be interesting. I'm gonna take the carriage to Winterhold, I've not been there yet. Immediately got called out by this stupid Imperial Guard. These guys, man, tried to cut my head off at the start, then I thought a massive war for them, helping take down Ulfric, now I get fined 4,000 coin for helping them. Anyway, glad I am done with those guys. To enter the Mage's College, I had to cast the Mage Light spell for this lady. Showed I could do it, and then I made my way across the bridge. I did the tour with this lady, she showed me around the place. Am I the only one that starts planning their next Skyrim playthrough during their current playthrough? One of these days, I'm gonna mess around with alteration and illusion properly in one of my playthroughs. Had my first lesson at the college and I had to cast this basic ward spell to block a fire spell. So hear me out, I get a lot done in this playthrough and somewhere something's gotta get cut. The video's getting pretty long, 45 minutes, and we're only 30 days into the video, so to make sure it doesn't become a 2-hour plus long video, I'm gonna try and sum up this whole storyline. I am now a part of the College of Winterhold. We go out to do a field trip, but end up finding this big mysterious looking bull. Then back at the college you meet this piece of shit. I seriously just can't stand him. I can't stand his voice, can't stand his face. I don't think there's one character in this game that I hate more. Look, his face made me so mad I went the wrong way. Now we need to go out and get some books for the college that was stolen. Not by this lady, but she has them now. I will be taking that. Took the books and killed her. Now let's leave. Wait, I got a new summon. I normally hate bugs, but this guy is adorable. Look at that. Aren't you the cutest bug I've ever seen? Moving on from bugs to bulls, the bull from the field trip is now in the college. I did return those books, by the way, but turns out this bull is called the Eye of Magnus. The Sigurd seemed to be worried that the bull would get misused if it was in the wrong hands. And then, below the college, this light told me I needed to get the Staff of Magnus. Now to find out where that staff is. Stupid Ancano. This lady told me I should go check out some Dwemer ruins. Inside had this guy that was dying. Yeah, there he goes. I found a map on the wall at the end of this place. It showed 2 locations, the college where the Eye of Magnus is currently at, and Labyrinthia, which is likely where the Staff of Magnus is located. The chaos back at the college now. Ancano had been messing with a bull. The Archmage got close and Ancano just blinded everyone. I was fine, this lady was fine. Archmage, not so much, dead as a doornail. We better go find that staff to stop Ancano, I guess. I know we're kind of blasting through this storyline, but I'm trying my best to at least show you the important bits, like shooting this troll in the butt. It was a dragon burial ground indoors, took out the bony boy when he came back to life. This room is where the Staff of Magnus is. Don't like pointing fingers normally, but it's that guy that has it. Had to take out these 2 ghost things. They were charging the staff, I believe, before I could actually take out the guy that's holding it. Got my conjuration up to 99 as well. I stayed back best I could. I remember this guy could take control of your summons, and I didn't want to turn around and see my Dremora Lord running full speed at me. But it's fine, it didn't happen once. It was just a worry I had. Down he goes. I will be taking that staff. Thank you very much. Oh, while editing the video, I found out the Dremora Lord is actually immune to that happening, by the way. I didn't realize, but I had some skill books on me. I read this one, and I got a point into Conjuration. Now we have level 100 Conjuration. And now we can get the Twin Souls perk. Nice. Now we can summon 2 different things. If we want to summon a Dremora Lord, we can, alongside our cow. Now back to the college, there's a huge shield of sorts that won't let us pass. Using the Staff of Magnus will break the shield. Ancano is still inside, messing with the bull. He ended up paralyzing everyone, including my summons. It's fine though, summoning them again. It's fine though, summoning them in. It's fine though, summoning them again will work. The way this fight works, Ancano is invulnerable until you close the eye with the Staff of Magnus. Then for a while, he can take damage. The Dremora Lords are so OP that I only have to close the eye once. It feels pretty good every time I kill this chump. Gotta just smack his head on the floor a couple times, make sure he's dead. The Sigurd turned up and said that we aren't quite ready for the Eye of Magnus yet, and took it. I was made the new Archmage. Archmage's quarters are mine, and so is this robe, which I think will be my new robe. Its stats are pretty good. And that is the College of Winterhold done. Let's go see what Alethar has for sale. Doesn't look like he's got anything new that I would like to buy.
Until next time.
There won't be a next time if you don't start giving me some fun spells. I guess we can go get the Master Conjuration spells now that we've hit level 100. I just have to find someone. Taking me a while to find him though. Oh, there he is. Okay, I found him. Okay, there is the thing we need to click. Now he sends us to the roof to summon an angry Daedra. So here's what we need to do. We need to get the Daedra to do what we want it to do. It's mad, but eventually, if we spawn it in a bunch of times here, it will eventually ask us what we want it to do, which what we want it to do is get us a sigil stone from where the Daedra comes from. It promised next time I summon it, it will bring me the sigil stone I needed. It didn't lie. I summoned it again, and there is the sigil stone. Now to take it back to that conjuration wizard. He gave me a spell, but there's a few more I can buy from him as well. I have 3 new spells. I have a flame for all, I have a storm for all, and I have a frost for all. Kinda sucks because they look exactly the same as the regular old flame Atronach and the frost Atronach and the storm Atronach. For a master conjuration spell, I feel like they should have looked a little bit different. And the best thing about them is that they are a permanent summon though. I don't have to keep spawning them in every 2 seconds like the Dremora Lord. I always like to test how far I come by bullying a giant. I want to see how well a storm Atronach does against this guy. They did a pretty good job. They killed it kind of fast. I feel like the Dremora Lord does more damage, but again, these guys just are a permanent summon, so I don't have to spawn them all of the time. There's a skill in the illusion skill tree that allows you to cast spells quietly, and I really want to get it, but we need to get our illusion up to level 50 to do that. I bought the muffled spell off of Farengar and casted it like crazy to level up illusion. Now we have illusion at level 50, and I got a few points put into it, but I need 2 more skill points to get that skill I wanted. We're gonna head on off to Riften, I think. Oh, don't get me wrong, this isn't going to be a full-on sneak build, okay? I just like the idea of sneaking around quietly, placing my summons in enemies' faces without them even seeing me. That just sounds really cool to me. I don't think I've ever done that in a playthrough before. I'm gonna go and talk to Brynjolf, who is who you talk to start the Thieves Guild quests. He gives you a job to steal a ring and plant it on someone else so they get in trouble. Gave me a measly 100 coin for that? I could have gotten in so much trouble, you jerk. He said there was more where that came from, and to head down to the Ratways. Before we do that, I'm gonna pickpocket this ring off this guy for some easy XP. If you're not sure what the Ratways are, it's the sewers going underneath Riften. It's pretty much just where the Thieves Guild hang out. To get to their hangout though, there was a little bit of trouble along the way, nothing I couldn't handle. This guy is kind of important to progress in legendary difficulty, at least for my current build anyway. He dies pretty easy and isn't important himself, but he drops these pair of gloves, and they increase your punch-in damage. I know, it's gonna help me out in a minute, okay? This doesn't look very good. I'm gonna cover that blood up. Here we are, the home of the Thieves Guild, the Ragged Flagon, or the Flagged Wagon. I forgot already. Brynjolf wasn't sure he'd see me again. He immediately put me to work though. We had to go find 3 people that owed the Thieves Guild money. First up is this place. Has a merchant. I tried to threaten him, but he wasn't having any of it. We got into a bit of a fight. This is where those gloves come in handy I was talking about earlier. There is no doing this with my current build without these gloves, I don't think. It just would have made things very, very difficult not to have them. I did have to go off script a little bit and use a restoration spell to heal between punches. The guy even won the first fight. Oh, I'll get you, you jerk.
Can I interest you in anything today?
I will take one fight to the death. We went at it again, and this time I managed to win, and he ended up paying what he owed the Thieves Guild. Next, we are off to this lady. Yep, we gotta beat her up too. I do not agree with my in-game behavior, do not do that. But I got the money, so there's 2 down, 1 to go. I did mess up this Argonian's dialogue somehow. I checked Reddit for help on how to fix it, and we had to talk to her boyfriend over here to get her to cough up the money. There we go, that was weird, but I got the money now. He gave me 300 coin this time, still not a lot, but it's better than the 100 he gave me the first time. He opened up this secret door and showed off this part of the hideout. God, I can almost smell this place for real. Could you imagine what this place actually smells like, and that living and hanging out down here? I went to meet this knobhead. They gave me a job to go burn down some beehives and steal something from a safe at the Golden Glow Estate. That was a long, busy first day at the Thieves Guilds. Before we go out and do our first job outside of Riften, I'm gonna pick some pockets.
I hope you're not planning on picking my pocket.
You know what? In fact, I was going to. And I'm still going to. Best way to do this is to cheatily quick save my game before attempting to pick a pocket. That way, if you fail to pick pocket, you can just reload the last save and not have the bounty on your head. Spent a fair bit of time doing this, trying to level up my pickpocketing. I'm still after the quiet casting spell, and honestly, I'm only doing this really just to get extra levels. Just outside Riften, there is the Golden Glow Estate. I got a level. Going to put that into Illusion. Nice, one more level, and I can get the Quiet Casting skill. I did swim on over to the Golden Glow Estate. There is a bridge at the front you can take, but I'm gonna sneak in the back. Sneaking went out the window pretty quick, though. Lots of explosions and screaming going on inside. Since I didn't find the key to this safe, I had to pick the lock, which is fine. We get extra XP. There is the documents I needed to get. Also had to burn down some beehives. This is really bad. This is so bad. I don't think I felt worse in this whole playthrough about a single thing I did than burning down these beehives. I've killed so many people throughout this playthrough, but these bees are gonna be what keeps me up at night. So I wasn't gonna do this, but you know what? The game is feeling very easy right now. You can turn a skill into a legendary skill when it reaches level 100. It resets the skill and you get all of your skill points back, but you have to level it up again. It resets it back down to level 15. I can still summon almost everything I want, but they will be weaker, and I can only summon one of them now. I lost my Twin Souls perk. Everyone in town was glitched out. It's because I didn't kill all of the enemies at the Golden Glow Estate, and the Golden Glow Estate is very, very close to Riften. So it just made everyone on edge and feel like they were in a fight when really they weren't. Would you look at these idiots? What are you guys doing? It's fine, everyone at the estate died eventually. I didn't even lift a finger, really. But now the Thieves Guild are scattered all around town thinking something was going on. Look at this muppet. Send me to Maven next. Maven is the Jarl of Riften now because of our choices in the war that we made. She wanted me to go to Whiterun to talk to someone. I am currently at the Bannered Mare in Whiterun to talk to this guy. We were gonna poison some mead that was gonna be drank at a taste test. You see, the meadery had a pest problem, and we figured we could put the rat poison in the mead. Had a chat with this guy, convinced him to let us go sort out the problem for him. Got to play around with my quiet casting as well. This guy didn't even know I was here. We'll poison the rat nest, so yeah, there's no more rats now. But also, better poison the mead. There we go. Seriously, no idea how nobody dies here. This guy is drinking rat poison, and he just gets mad about it. He doesn't die. Surely you'd be in trouble. I've never looked into what happens if you drink rat poison, but you would be extremely sick, at least I would think. Rat poison aside, looks like this guy is in charge of this meadery now, which was what we wanted. The guy that owns the meadery had a secret partner, and we had to go upstairs and steal this note to find out who it was. Back at Riften now, we should report back to Maven with that paper we found. As soon as I walked through the door, there she was. You are very close. Do you have a crush on me or something? Yeah, that partner seems to be causing Maven some problems, that's for sure. Let's go back to Brynjolf to report what's going on. Mercer seems to think he has a way to identify this secret person. Says someone called Gullumai has gotten himself caught up in all of this, and I should go find him. Did this chain break? What's going... There we... Okay. Third time's the charm. Gullumai is over in Solitude by the looks of things. Had to hit up this place called the Winkin Skeever. This is the Argonian called Gullumai we have to talk to. I did try to persuade him. I tried to intimidate him too, but only a bribe would work with him. Had to steal a case of wine from the Empire's Blue Palace. I thought a war for these guys. You figured they would just give me the wine, but here I am stealing it. Now I need to get back to that stupid Argonian, who, by the way, didn't give me much info and tried to leave pretty quick, so I had to follow him. Tailed him all the way down to below Solitude where the boats are kept. He went into this shifty looking place and locked the door behind him. Gonna have to pick my way in here. There was some trouble in here. I guess it doesn't really matter if Gullumai sees you or not. He just pays no attention to the carnage going on behind him. Followed him into this hidden looking area. Now the objective has changed. It says to confront him. Again, there was trouble along the way. This is gonna be the laziest build ever, though. I just stood back here. I could have gone in and helped, but I won't. I have been known to lie, depending on what day it is. Everyone is dead, and there is Golemai shaking in the corner. You should be. Once confronted, he told me the name of the person I was looking for. The name is Karlaya. This room is also full of chests. Most of them just have 8 gold coin in them, though. I was kinda mad about that. For those of you that are curious, with my conjuration skill, it's looking pretty good right now, leveling up kinda fast, if I do say so myself. It will be back to level 100 in no time. We better go have a chat with Mercer Frey, though. Now, he said that we had to go and kill Karlaya. I know what's coming this time, but I always knew this jerk was sus. Speaking of sus, I'm kinda sus my horse just killed another horse. Don't you walk away from me, mister. You come back here. Back to Mercer Frey now. Let me tell you what happens with this guy. We gotta kill that Karlaya chick, according to him. He opens up the door to these ruins, and we head on in. We fight a absolute boatload of enemies on the way, and then we get to this door. Normally, you need a dragon claw to get in, but Mercer's big brain and knows how to open these without the claw. After he opens it up, I walk through, and I get shot. Down I go. Paralyzed as heck. Yep, it was Karlaya. Turns out Karlaya wasn't the bad one, it was Mercer all along. Karlaya escapes and Mercer comes over and stabs me in the face. Don't ask me how, I have no idea, but Karlaya saved my life. I understand that she shot me with some kind of tranq dart and that is what knocked me down, but how did it stop Mercer from being able to kill me? I have no idea, but it did, and now Karlaya dragged me up to the surface. Before we progress a little more, I wanted to go to Whiterun to sell some things and check Alathar's books again. I don't care what he has, I'm gonna add something to my collection today. I think I will take this rabbit. It's useless, it won't even attack anything, but yeah, I'll take it. I had to go to Winterhold next to talk to a wood elf. Wood elves, I would say, are the least evil out of the elves. They're pretty cool. I feel like not enough people use them to play as, you know. Told him Karlaya sent me, gave him a journal Karlaya was after, but it wasn't in a language we could understand. He said I had to talk to someone called Calselmo, who is someone that supposedly can understand it. He is pretty far away though, all the way over in Markov. That is really far. Gonna take me a day just to travel there. This place is pretty weird. It's another one of those places where you walk in and there's instantly someone getting killed. Into the main keep to find Calselmo. This is Calselmo. It's a high elf, and yeah, he just did not want to help me. So I took his key, and yeah, we're gonna have to sneak into the museum ourselves to try to figure out what this book says. We can open up this museum door. There's some guards in here. We gotta try and sneak around. Don't want to get another bounty on my head. This is fine. Got past them perfectly fine. Now in this room, we should be good to attack these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna summon in my rabbit. That's my rabbit. I forgot to switch out the rabbit. At the end of this place, I found this stone with some text written on it. We're gonna have to copy that text. Let's grab some charcoal and paper. And then we scrape it on the stone, and now we have a copy of the text. Uh-oh, looks like some guards followed me and we're gonna have to fight our way out. It's fine, we should be able to handle these guys easy. All are dead, and now we can leave. So this is my favorite part of this quest. We get to make a really cool exit now. If we turn to the right, there is a waterfall. We can jump off into the water and survive. Now we should return back to the Wood Elf with a copy of the writing we have. Day 48 now, and we're back at Winterhold. I had to go find that Wood Elf again, so I'm at the inn. Karlaya was sneaking around, so we had to be in the cellar this time to talk. He translated the notes and said Mercer had defiled something to do with the Nightingales. Karlaya didn't say much about what was going on, but said we had to take this to the Thieves Guild. I guess it's on a need-to-know basis. Back at Riften, it's telling me to use the Ratway to get into the Thieves Guild hangout instead of the other secret entrance I've been using. And that was because I had to meet Karlaya right here at the front of the Ragged Flagon. Or the Flagged Wagon. So we walked on over and was met by Brynjolf and some other members who had their weapons drawn. She gave him the information about Mercer being a total jerk. Turns out Mercer had been stealing from them for ages. This is their stash and there's nothing here. Talked to Brynjolf, told him everything that was going on about Karlaya and Mercer and Gallus. Gallus is an old member of the Thieves Guild who Mercer killed and tried to frame Karlaya for by the looks of things. He told me to sneak into Mercer's home in Riften to see if I can find any information. Yeah, he has a home right here in Riften. First 2 gates I found that led to Mercer's house were needing a key to open, which I didn't have and I couldn't pick the lock. The gate to the back I could pick open and I did. There was a guy guarding the place. He was just doing his job, but I killed him. He had a key on his body, so I took it, and I needed to shoot this mechanism holding the bridge up so I could reach the door. More trouble inside. I ditched being sneaky pretty quick. I got a little bit lost inside, forgot what I had to do, but there's this cupboard with a secret doorway when you open it. It led to some sewers that had some traps. Not a single one got me. Snuck on by pretty easy. Found this room with a map showing Mercer's plans and location. We should bring this to Brynjolf. Turns out he's going after the eyes of the Falmer, which was Gallus's pet project. If he gets his hands on those, he'll be set for life, says Brynjolf. I've seen the price on those eyes. That is a lie. Carlia said we should meet him on equal footing and told me and Brynjolf to meet her at the Standing Stone, not too far from Riften. Made it to this weird stone-looking thing. Had a chat with Carlia. She told me she would try to explain what the heck is going on the way. So we needed an edge to defeat Mercer. I don't understand why. I feel like I could take him. But that edge is to become a nightingale. We do get some nice gear becoming a nightingale. It doesn't really fit what I'm doing here, so I won't wear it for long. We needed to get Nocturnal's blessing and serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre. In return, we can use our abilities we gain to do whatever we wish. Carlia offered me and Brynjolf up as a nightingale, and it was accepted by this glowing ball-looking thing. She also said that Mercer used the skeleton key that he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre to get into the Thieves Guild stash, which in turn compromised their ties to Nocturnal and caused their luck to run dry. Brynjolf told me when this is all said and done that I should lead the thieves. I hope they know that when I'm finished with this questline, I'm gonna forget all about them. Here we are at the place Mercer was supposed to be. I swapped my gear back to my mage stuff. There was some living people on the outside and a bunch of dead people on the inside. Mercer is definitely inside this place.
We should tread carefully. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left behind a few surprises for us.
Carlia, careful is my middle name.
Crime is one thing. Murder. Mercer will answer for this.
About 20 minutes later, and I found him. There he is, pulling out the eyes of the Falmer. The floor collapses below me, leaving just me and him. We have a bit of a back and forth, and then we get to it. Honestly, he's kind of a joke. He goes invisible on and off, but it's still easy to see him and get hits on him. The fight took about 30 seconds total, and he did not touch me even once. I will say though, he had a lot of really cool stuff on him. There's the skeleton key, had the Falmer eyes. Not sure how he would be set for life with these things. The value is 2,500 coin each. I've been walking around with about double that on the daily. After that, the place starts to flood up and it reaches the ceiling, but a hole in the wall breaks, revealing an exit. Once me, Brynjolf, and Carlia escape, Carlia said we need to return the key to Nocturnal, but says she doesn't want to face her herself because of all of her failures. She gave me a bow that I'm never gonna use, honestly, and I was on my way. So here's the thing with the skeleton key. It's kinda amazing. It's so good that a lot of people just straight up don't do that final quest to return it right away, or even just don't return it at all. What it does is it can be used to pick locks and it will not break at all. Unlike lockpicks, which break all of the time when you're using them. This is just insanely overpowered. But if you return it to Nocturnal and finish that quest line, it's gone. Forever. You can't use it anymore. So I am naturally not going to finish that quest just yet. I'm gonna hold onto this thing for a little bit longer. I will get the quest line finished at some point, don't worry, but I've got 50 days left in this video. I'm gonna abuse this thing every chance I get. Yes, I did just go through Bleakfold's Barrow again to talk about the key. So there's a conjuration spell right around here-ish on the map. Is this the place? Yeah, Looks like it on the end. Yeah, this is it. Okay, there's a lady inside. This is the right place. Talked to her and said I'd help her find a scroll of sorts. There was a bunch of Droger in here, and honestly, I could not remember where the book was, how you get it, if you have to find it randomly in this place, if it was in a chest, if it was like a reward at the end of the quest. I made sure to check every inch of the place, every single chest, every shelf, every corner, everything, just in case. I did not want to miss it. There's a dragon priest in this room. The fight wasn't bad, just consisted of everyone else doing all of the hard work and me doing absolutely nothing. There's a word of power in here. I wasn't really using shouts in this playthrough too much, but I'll take it. Okay, yeah, so she just gives you the spell as a reward. I scanned every inch of this place. I was not sure. We've got the spell. Nice. This thing is interesting. I've never really had it before. Okay, was not expecting that. Let's try again. It follows you around. It's kind of scary. So if there's an enemy around, it will run towards the enemy and explode. But since there's no enemies, it just like chases you around. Let's see how it does against a few giants. I got one down, kinda easy. A little bit frustrating, but got him down. And there goes the other one. Yeah, so it did okay considering it was a giant. I wanted to try to beat a location just using this firewolf, and you can go to the innkeeper to get some jobs, but it was only giving me a job to kill a giant. I just killed a giant. Okay, we're gonna hit up Riverwood. There is some places around here that should be easy enough I can take on with just the wolf. Gonna leave my follower on the road here so he doesn't try to kill anyone, and it's all down to my wolf. I will be back. Don't go anywhere, you jerk. We're gonna try out Ember Shard Mine. It's a very easy place, nothing too crazy. This quiet casting might make this a cakewalk. There goes the first few guys. Fairly easy, didn't even see me. Now we pull this lever and more people come across the bridge, so we're just gonna cast our spell in there. I remember this place pretty well, so it's making it very easy to take advantage of the quiet casting, knowing exactly where everyone is at. However, I did get caught here. The Flaming Familiar is just running right past this guy every time I cast it. I quickly run back and pulled this lever to separate everyone, and then I jumped in the middle of these beams to keep them away from me. Then I can just cast my Familiar over and over again to run at these guys. Now we can pull the lever back since there's no one left. Well, there is one last guy, but he didn't see me. Pretty easy, just casting my spell and sitting back. Feels a little bit like I'm cheating. Speaking of cheating, I got to use my cheaty skeleton key in here as well. Looks to me like my follower got in a bit of trouble here. Let's take that thing out. Those dead bodies are still here from 50 days ago. Anyways, to recap the main story. Before we went to do the Dragonborn DLC, the Greybeards sent us to get the Horn of Jürgen Windcaller. However, when we got close to getting it, we found a note in the place of the horn, which says someone needs to speak to me urgently, and is signed by a friend. Here we are, the Sleeping Giant Inn, and the friend is Delphine. She told me the dragons aren't just back, but they are being brought back to life, and that she herself is a part of a group called the Blades, who are dragon hunters. Or were dragon hunters, I guess, since they've been gone for a long time. I remember the first time I played this game, I thought the Blades were pretty cool, but Delphine has some really questionable bits of dialogue that I just really can't stand. So as much as I do like to play both sides and switch it up occasionally, I'm gonna go Team Greybeards this time. She did want us to meet at a dragon burial site, but first, I want to return this horn to the Greybeards. And I did, and they taught me a word for the unrelenting force shout and officially recognized me as a Dragonborn. The way they did that was they surrounded me and screamed in my face. Anyways, off to Kynes Grove now, which was where Delphine said that there was a dragon burial site. And yep, we were met by Alduin, who was bringing back this dragon from the dead. There goes Alduin flying off, leaving me to fight this dragon, which was a very, very, very easy one. Took him out, no sweat. After consuming its soul, Delphine tells me that she thinks the Falmer have something to do with the dragons coming back. In the loading screen, I read something about a ritual stone. I don't think I've ever taken advantage of that stone before, and it might help out our Conjuration build. Next objective is to go meet Delphine in Riverwood, but I don't really want to. The ritual stone is somewhere over here, and there's a rat. Better take that guy out. Now to get the ritual stone. This will remove my mage stone, but at this point, that's fine. Once a day, those under the sign of the ritual can reanimate nearby corpses to fight for them. You may only have one sign of blessing at a time. I think this matches my build perfectly. Now to go try it out. I know I did a bad thing. I killed these people, but don't worry, they were bandits. They're bad people. Now I just need to get them all close together and use the ritual stone's power, and now they all come back to life. I've not really messed around with reanimating corpses too much in this playthrough, and it makes me kind of sad. I can only use this once a day, but it's not like the Beast Stone where you have to go back and reactivate it every single day in Souls time. So yeah, this is a nice win. And I've not really been using powers at all in this playthrough, so yeah, I should be using this as often as I can. Now that I have that, I'm gonna go check out what Delphine has to say.
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings. On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll sing.
This guy clearly did not read the newspaper. He's dead, my friend. I love the bards in this game though, I could sit and listen to them all day. So there's a Falmore party going on and Delphine thinks we should try and get into it. I'm not much of a party man myself, I'd rather stay home and play games like the nerd that I am. We had to meet a wood elf in Solitude called Melbourne. Now here's the thing, we weren't gonna have our gear on us, so this guy was gonna act as a smuggler. We were gonna give him our stuff and he was gonna get it into the party for us. Didn't have any weapons to sneak in since my hands are my weapons, but I give him my clothes to take, which means briefly we are running around Solitude with no clothes. Not gonna complain, this is just how I like it. Didn't take long, I met Delphine pretty quick after that and she gave me these fancy party clothes to wear to the party. Now we take this carriage and off we go. Now we're at where the party is going on. We can walk through the door after giving this guy the invitation. Nice, nice, and we're in. Had to give this guy some alcohol so he would cause a scene and me and Malborn can sneak off. Now I can grab all of my stuff from inside this chest. Killed my fair share of high elves along the way now. Found some documents that we needed. Actually said that they have nothing to do with the dragons coming back though. Did find these documents which said something about Esbern, who is also a member of the Blades. And then I got threatened by some Falmore embassy people up here who had Malborn as a hostage. So I did what anyone would do and I shot at them. Malborn can actually die here if you're not careful, but I was as careful as I could be and yeah, he survived, so that's all good. Not that I really cared, but he didn't seem like a terrible person. Now to sneak out of this party through this hatch, and I doubt we'll ever see Malborn again.
Esbern? He's alive? I thought the Thalmor must have got him years ago.
Anyway, I got the rest of my stuff that Delphine stashed for me out of this box. You know, I think I hate this staircase more than I hate any character in this game ever. What is wrong with people getting in the way? Had to go check out the Ragged Flagon to look for Esbern. I was told he was hanging out in the Ratways somewhere, so I went to look. And yep, there he is, behind this big door. Can you duck a little bit? I can't see. He seemed defeated, saying that the fight was hopeless until I said I was Dragonborn, and then his tone changed pretty quick. Now to return back to Delphine with Esbern. There was some trouble along the way back, and I did what I do best, which is nothing. Just sat back and let everyone, including my summon, do all of the work. These guys seemed happy to see each other, that's nice. And then he started to pat himself down looking for a book. Where were you keeping that, where you didn't know where it was? And what's even weirder is that he's reading it right now and the book's closed. He said that we need to check out Alduin's wall and that we need to head to Skyhaven Temple where it's located. Figured I'd check on Alethar really quick, it's been a while, see what books he's got. I bought a Veil Deer, which looks pretty cool, not gonna use it, but it's nice to collect these again. I ended up bumping into 3 dragons before making it inside Skyhaven Temple. There was this guy, just gonna walk right past him. This time at least, if I see you again, you're in trouble. There was this revered dragon and one off in the distance that way. Also lots of Forsworn around this place. These guys are heckin' weird. They got deer heads on their heads. It's headception. I don't know if this is a glitch with these revered dragons, but they can kinda just float in the sky really weird. Killed a revered dragon in the river. What a sad way to go, poor thing. Oh, he's got a Daedric bow? Not gonna use it, but that is really cool. My first piece of Daedric gear. I used my Ritual Stone power to revive some Forsworn around here to help me clean the rest out. Gotta remember to use that power whenever it would seem useful, like right now. Everyone is dead. Now we can go into this cave to look for Skyhaven Temple. This guy snuck up on me and almost got me. Haven't died for a while, I'd like to keep it that way. I can't really afford to get hit. My build is so very lazy that I've not really worked on any armor or any of the armor skill lines. I've also put 0 points into health so far, so that's a thing. And now that I think about it, I'm really surprised I survived that hit. Anyways, had to spin these to all be this symbol, and then the bridge dropped. And then I had to just walk on that symbol as well, going across here. People behind me stepping on all of the wrong ones, freaking me out. Now we pull a lever and it's all safe to walk on, you bunch of jerks. And there's Skyhaven Temple. It needs my blood for the door to open. Have to pull out this dagger. Don't know where I got it from. I didn't have one. Drop in my blood, and there we go. The door is opening. Now we can head on in and read Alduin's wall. The wall says we need to shout to defeat Alduin. Delphine talks about how she doesn't like the Greybeards, but we are going to need their help to learn this shout. Little does she know I'm not ever coming back. It was nice knowing you, Delphine. Now we head on back to High Hrothgar, where the Greybeards live. This guy ripped me a new one for talking to the Blades. Told me I need to talk to Paarthurnax because they can't teach me the word I need to learn. Oh, you use a bow? All of this time and I didn't even notice? You should take this Daedric bow I found. Nice, okay, that's cool. Greybeards gave me one last gift to be able to reach him. It's the Clear Sky Shout. It speaks for itself, it clears the skies and makes it so I don't die on the way up to the throat of the world. If I didn't use this, I would freeze to death. There was some enemies along the way, like this frost troll. Just sat back and let my summon do all of the work. So Paarthurnax is a dragon. He wanted to taste my Thuum, so I did. I shot him in the face with my fireball. We got to talking about Alduin, and he said how he was never truly defeated in the past. Old Norge just used the Dragon Rend Shout to cripple Alduin and used an Elder Scroll to send him forward in time, meaning we were just waiting for the day he would be back. Oh, and he said he can't teach me the Dragon Rend Shout. I needed to talk to a Greybeard next, and the one that I was looking for was in this tower. I played this game for its whole existence, and I just learned you can get on top of this tower. Told him that sadly, Paarthurnax couldn't teach me the Dragon Rend Shout, and then he said we should go check out the College of Winterhold to try to learn more about it. I had to talk to the orc that runs the library in the college. I asked if he knew anything about Elder Scrolls, and he brought me all of the books he had about them. Maybe I was supposed to be a cat. Gave them a read and questioned the orc on a book called The Insane Book. He said it's the work of Septimus Singus. So I guess we're off to the ice fields to look for Septimus. He's hanging out in this really sketchy iceberg. I don't know why I zone out so bad during this part of the quest line. It just kind of loses me here. What on earth is that flashing in the background? It's gonna give me a fit. He gave me this lexicon to go transcribe. Hands up if you know what that means, because I got no clue. It says I can transcribe it and recover the Elder Scroll around here. Little bit of a walk to get there. Dabbled in a bit of murder on the way, killed this troll. I'm sure he had a family, but I don't care. This is the place to be. Nice. A lot of blood in here. And a Khajiit who tried to kill me. I think it's fair to say he won't be trying that again. Oh, still using my skeleton key, by the way, any chance I get. It's very cheaty, but I don't even care. There was a ton of Dwarven Machine enemies to take out on the way through this place. Got a Dwarven Centurion up here. Just gonna summon something and hide. I could help, but hiding is more fun. Couple people arguing up here. I don't know what was going on, but I killed them both and went on with my day. Opened up this secret staircase that led to Blackreach. This place is very, very cool. It's got some angry Falmer hanging out, but I don't care. I still love it here. I always like to stand and just take this place in before I leave. It's insanely pretty. This is where we need to be. I seriously have no idea what the heck I'm doing here every single time I come here. Gotta push a bunch of buttons and then bam. There is the Elder Scroll. Now to return to Septimus. Oh, and pushing those buttons is how you transcribe the lexicon, so now to return it. You gave me another quest, wanted me to get some blood of different races in Skyrim. I'm not gonna do it. Bumped into Hames Mora again, and he talked about how I was his servant and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's going on, but I'm never coming back here, you chump. Now that we have that Elder Scroll, we can return to Paarthurnax at the throat of the world, and if we read it over here, we get shown a vision of the past. There was some old Nords fighting dragons and such. One of them showed off the Elder Scroll after saying Alduin is different to the other dragons and can't be slain like the rest of them. Then my game broke. That was fun. I was stuck waiting for Alduin to show up and it just didn't happen. Had to load up my last save and do it all again. That was frustrating. After doing that, I got stuck in the exact same place again. It's still not working. Great. I found someone on Reddit explaining how they fixed it, so let's give that a go. Step 1 is to travel to this place on the map. Okay, we're here. Now to read the Elder Scroll here. It teleported me straight to the throat of the world where I can read the scroll, and yeah, there is Alduin. Nice. The Nords casted Dragon Rend to bring Alduin down to the ground, in turn teaching me how to use it. He chewed up one of them, but then the old man pulled out the scroll and banished Alduin to at a time. Once I left the vision, there was Alduin waiting for me. I Dragon Rended his butt and brought him down to the ground. If you cast the Dragon Rend, as he tries to take off, he immediately gets taken back down with no time to fly anywhere. Party Snacks was helping the whole time too, pretty cool, had a dragon on our side. Got his health all the way down, but he said he cannot be slain here. And then he flew off. I was then given the option to talk to Paarthurnax, the Greybeards, or the Blades. In my last playthrough, I chose to side with the Blades and kill Paarthurnax, which got me into a lot of trouble. There was so many comments about it. Now hear me out, I don't fear the comments, I do it again in a heartbeat. But I like to change things up for myself, so you're safe this time. But don't get me wrong, every decision I make in this playthrough, or any other playthrough for that matter, isn't always my final decision on how I do things if I was in this world. I'm not going to pick the morally correct choice every single playthrough because I think it's the right one, you know? Sometimes I want to roleplay and I don't want to be limited to the so-called right decision. But yes, if I was in the world for real, and I was given the option to kill Paarthurnax, I don't think I would. All of that aside, this good boy said I should get one of Alduin's allies to betray Alduin and tell me where he is hiding. But before we get to that, my inventory is horrendous right now, so I went to sell some things in Whiterun. Sold some things to Belethor, he'll take just about anything you've got. Gonna hit up the Windhelm traders too. I also own the Archmage's quarters in Winterhold, which meant we can go and leave some stuff here and it'd be nice and safe. Dropped off my potion ingredients in this barrel. I hadn't really been messing around with potions at all in this playthrough, but I'll keep them just in case. But yeah, stuff like Marak's weapons and the Nightingale stuff, I'm just gonna leave it all here. I've not been using it. Let's run into town and sell some things to the lady that runs the general store. Now finally, to hit up Alethar to buy some books and sell some stuff back to him. Okay, so my inventory is looking a lot better. Look at those numbers. Wait, I can summon more than one of these guys at a time? This is interesting. I tried them on a giant and honestly not too sure how much damage they were all doing together. Had my follower running around attacking it too. It looks like it's fighting an army of ants that we can't see. It's great. Looks like the archers are doing stuff, but the officers, they're just either running away or not doing anything at all. I'm gonna leave my companion over here so we can test them out without the companion getting involved. Oh, you can summon a Dremora Lord as well, and all of these guys? What the heck? The Dremora Lord didn't really help, it got stuck. And they just ate up that giant's health bar. I had a quest to kill this giant inside, and yeah, this is gonna, look at all of these guys. There we go, down goes the giant. And now I can't get out. There are so many of these guys that I can't pass them. Didn't forget about you, buddy. Let's get going. Quickly turned in that quest for killing a giant, and I got 100 coin for it. You know how dangerous that could have been? That guy could have sent me to space, and I got 100 coin for it. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to the end of the main quest line. All we gotta do is go ask the Jarl of Whiterun if we can trap a dragon in the castle. He has like an old dragon trap up top. After he agreed, we had to go talk to Paarthurnax so that he can tell me the name of the dragon that we're gonna call to trap. And the name of that dragon is Odahviin. Now, like I said, we're getting close to the end of the main quest line, and I'm not happy going into it about my conjuration level being 100 again. I don't need it by any means to beat the game, but I want it. So let's go hit up the mage stone again for now. I know we're gonna drop the ritual stone here and we haven't had it for very long, but I want to have quicker level in for my conjuration skill for a minute. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run between Whiterun and Solitude, killing mammoths and giants to level up my conjuration. You know, it's really easy to power level this skill. It's honestly very easy to power level any skill in this game as it happens. You just have to spam the spell and up goes the conjuration. The better the spell, the more XP you get, I believe. So if we summon in just a regular old familiar, we're not gonna get as much XP as we would get summoning in the Dremora. Now we can max out conjuration entirely and get our 2 summons back. And now we can take back our ritual stone to get our power back. So before we progress, I've got something else I want to do. We got some things we can give to Delvin in the Thieves Guild. You can find a bunch of collectible things around Skyrim and give them to Delvin. He'll then give you money for them and he will display them in the Thieves Guild for you. I've not really talked to Delvin yet. Let's introduce ourselves.
Brynjolf, eh? Let me guess. He just plucked you off the street
and dropped you into the thick of things without telling you which way is up.
Sounds like he doesn't know I'm the new leader of the guild yet. Somebody needs to update this guy. Gave in the eye and the ship and got a nice chunk of coin. They get displayed over here on these shelves. There's a bunch more to find, like I said, and we can get them displayed up here too. I've said it a lot, but I'm gonna say it again. The Skyrim skies are my favorite skies in any game ever. Yeah, it is time to trap Odavian. I tried to tell this guy that he should probably move. I tried to tell him. You don't have to fight this guy at all. All you gotta do is cast Dragon Rend on him, and then he will land and walk into the building and get himself trapped. What a muppet. He said some of the dragons are doubting Alduin and that he would take me to where he is if I let him out.
You went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position.
Said some of the dragons are doubting Alduin and that he would take me to where he is if I let him out. So I pulled the chains up and let him out. Told him I was ready and hopped on his back. Let's go off to find Alduin.
I will look for your return, or Alduin's.
Lots of dragons and Droger in this place. It's always fun to run through though. Gonna use my master level Storm Atronachs. Not really been using them that much, and they have a ranged attack, so it's gonna be nice to fight all of these dragons with. Down goes dragon number 2. All of these Drogers are insanely tough. They can all shout. They're gonna one-tap me if they get close. Taking a while to push on through, that's for sure. Oh, I can shoot enemies' summons as well to banish them, and it's really nice actually. Means my summons can focus on fighting other things too. There's a few simple puzzles in this place. Just gotta match up all of these stones, nothing too difficult. I will say it's really satisfying when the gates open or the bridges drop, even if they're not very hard puzzles to figure out. Got a Droga guard in this door. He's holding the diamond claw to open the door, so we gotta take him out. Give me that claw. Now we gotta match up these to the claw, and it's open. This always feels weird. There's no trouble at this word of power wall, and there's normally a lot of trouble around these things. It's fine, there's gonna be plenty of trouble in this whole place. Ended up back outside. This is kinda crazy right now. Stuff all around me. There's dragons, there's Droga. The plan was to kill these Droga and use the ritual stone power to reanimate them to help me kill the dragons. And it worked. They were helping drain the health of these dragons pretty good. The second dragon got knocked out of the sky down there. After you get the health down enough, they don't try to take off anymore. Who's gonna just leave his butt down there to live? Dragon Priest got in the gate to Sovngarde now. Idiot's already missing half of his health. Oh, the dragon is back. I guess it healed up his health enough to fly again? I didn't think about that. Turn my summon's attention to the dragon to get it out of the way. He drops a staff, which we're gonna need, so I will take that. Place this down, and the gates are open. All we gotta do is jump on in. This place gets prettier every single time I come here. Better get the clear sky shout out. We're gonna need it. It gets pretty foggy in here. You know, this is the first time I ever seen Ulfric's Stormcloak in this place. It's a little bit awkward since I put him here. This is the place we gotta be. I had to prove myself by fighting this mammoth of a man. You don't have to kill him. Just hurt him until he decides you can pass. Don't have to, but I could. Don't get me wrong. Now we gotta cross over this gigantic bone bridge and head on inside, where I was met by Isgromor. Had a bit of a chat. The free nodes over here are the people we had to talk to, though. They're gonna help me fight Alduin. These are the guys we seen in the vision earlier. So let's go back across the bridge. We're getting insanely close to the fight now. All we gotta do is all cast Clear Skies at the same time to try to attract Alduin's attention. Did it a few more times, and we forced him to show. As long as I kept my distance, I would be fine from Alduin. The big issue here is the fireballs falling from the sky. So here's how this fight goes. There is rocks falling from the sky, as we found out the hard way. But we can cast Clear Skies, and it will stop the rocks from falling temporarily until Alduin decides to be a jerk and have them come back. So I was constantly switching back and forth between Dragon Rend to bring Alduin down and Clear Skies to stop the rocks from falling. The rocks are a bigger threat than Alduin. I think I've died in Legendary difficulty more times to a rock hitting me than Alduin. Got him to the point where he wasn't trying to fly off anymore, so we don't need to keep casting Dragon Ren now. Got the World Eater sweating now, just like these stupid rocks are making me sweat. And final hit, he is down. I had one last chat with the giant out front, and he sent me back home to Tamriel. Sent me back to the throat of the world, and there is a lot of dragons waiting for me, just looking at me. It's like they don't know I've been killing all of their friends the last 69 days. Spent the rest of the day 69 just trading with merchants and checking on Alethar. I got these 2 new summons. Right, so I want a spell, and the thing is, my follower is the guy that sells the spell. You can't buy and sell things while he is following you. If you have him unfollow you, he'll offer to buy and sell things, but his inventory isn't what it's supposed to be. So we need to let him unfollow us, and then have him go back to Solstheim, where he comes from. I traveled to the giant mushroom in Solstheim, where he lives, and looked around, but he didn't quite make it yet. It's early the next day, and I don't see him outside, at least. It's fine. I found him chilling in the mushroom up top. This is what I want, the Bound Dagger spell. Now we can make him follow us again. Alright, so I decided, get into level 100 in Conjuration. Only 2 times will not do. Going to make it legendary one last time, and do it a 3rd and final time. But this time, we are changing our strategy a little bit. I'm gonna put a point into stealth to make me harder to detect. A point into backstab, which makes my one-handed weapons do 6 times damage with sneak attacks. We'll get the 3 times sneak damage with the bow too. And finally, a point into the assassin's blade skill, which makes daggers do a total of 15 times damage with sneak attacks. Gonna strike with my bound weapon, and if all else fails, finish them off with my summons. Back on over to Skyrim. I am done with Solstheim for the time being. If we take a right in here and go this way, there is a kid talking to an elf about another kid trying to summon the Dark Brotherhood. Gonna pick my way in this door and talk to the kid. Basically, this kid is an orphan who was in an orphanage in Riften and was treated really bad by the lady in charge. So I did what anyone would do, and I killed the bitch. I have better things I could be doing with my 100 days, but I got distracted trolling this mailman. Went back and forth and he didn't know what to do. He was so confused. You see, that contract that I took from that kid wasn't mine to take. It was for the Dark Brotherhoods, and now they're mad at me. It's been 70-something days and I've still not slept even once. I rented a room in Whiterun, since that's where I'm at, and had a kip. Now we start the Dark Brotherhood questline. I woke up in a shack. I'd been kidnapped. Astrid is the leader of the Dark Brotherhood, and she had 3 people in the room with me. One of them was bad. Or maybe not bad, but has a contract on them at least. I was supposed to talk to them and find out which one had the contract and then kill that one. But I skipped the talking and just murdered every single one of them. Oh, that one was a cat. Yeah, it's gotta be the cat. I think I might have found my new look. I didn't realize how ripped I was. Astrid said I was free to go and that I should visit the Black Door. So let's head off to Falkreath, which is where the Black Door is located, and the Dark Brotherhood themselves. There's the Black Door. It's got a skull on it and it speaks. I told it the passcode that Astrid gave me, and it let me walk in. There is Astrid, just inside. She said she was working on a job for me, but for now, I should go and meet everyone else and get a job from Nazine to tie me over. He gave me 3 names to take out. Oh, there is the first lady we need to kill.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
There is my contracts done, nice and easy. Now to return back to Nazim. Astrid was in the middle of something when I arrived. Cicero had brought the Night Mother. So the Night Mother is, I guess we'll see her later. Astrid told me about a contract she had for me and sent me to talk to the person wanted to hire a killer. Before I go off, I need to return to Nazim to get my pay for those 3 kills. 750 coin per kill isn't bad, I will take it. Here we are at Markarth. Markov. This is where my contract giver was at. I admit I was barely paying attention here. All I know is she wanted 2 people dead, but one was optional. The optional one was a lady hanging out in the middle of Windhelm. I waited for her to walk into a quiet alleyway and took her out. The main person she wanted killed was in a dwarven ruin. I was mostly sneaking around here, letting my summon do all of the work. Same story inside as well. You know, I completed the objective. I don't think I even saw the guy I was supposed to assassinate. Back to Markov for my payment. She gave me 1,200 coin and a ring. Now, back in the Dark Brotherhood, I had a chat with Astrid, and she said she was worried that Cicero was in cahoots with someone. He was supposedly whispering alone, so she wanted me to try to listen in on the talking. Yeah, we gotta hide in the coffin with the Night Mother. This is so messed up. Turns out he was trying to talk to the Night Mother.
What about you? Have you spoken to anyone? No? No, of course not. I do the talking, the stalking, the seeing, and the saying.
And then the Night Mother talked to me. See, apparently she'll only talk to the one called the Listener, who is me. I told Astrid he wasn't plotting anything and he was just talking to the Night Mother, and that I am in fact now the Listener. What a coincidence. I'm the chosen one again for the 5th time. She told me to get lost and get a job from Nazim, who proceeded to give me 2 contracts. I have to kill 2 people now. This first one was messy. I picked into this house at night. Turns out they're vampires and everyone is awake. I'm still very easy to kill, so I was trying my hardest not to get hit, jumping around like crazy.
Is the line for my next performance starting already?
One thing I'm noticing with this lazy build is I'm not really focusing on smithing, alchemy, and all of that other stuff, so I'm just spending a lot of time working on quest lines. I'm getting a lot of these quest lines done. This is my 5th major quest line that we're completing here. The next contract is a big one because we had to go to this creepy looking crypt, and inside was this guy who wanted to have the Emperor killed. So again, I wasn't really paying attention here. My Chinese food turned up, but I had to kill someone at a wedding. Don't ask me why. I was face first in my egg fried rice. So the wedding is in Solitude, and the best way to do this, you can get a bonus if you kill the lady when she's on top of the balcony up there. All you have to do is stand back here and sneak, and then you can take a shot at her and not get caught. Astrid seemed happy with the result and gave me a new spell to summon an old member of the Dark Brotherhood. Fits my character nicely, but I can only summon it once a day. It's still pretty cool. It sticks around until it dies. Next, I have to slay a commander's son and plant false evidence on the body, showing that he was in on a plot to kill the Emperor himself. There is a bonus, like most other contracts we get. They want me to kill him in a major city and not on the road or still in Dragonsbridge, which is where he starts his journey. You can steal his schedule inside, and it says what day and time he will be at places. We only have 100 days though, so not sure waiting for the right time is a great idea. This has got to be the weirdest way I've ever seen this happen. He's in the water down there, getting attacked by slaughterfish. I lured him onto the land and he had healed by now, but he went down pretty quick. There we go, evidence is planted. Not sure how his body will get found here. I'm sure the Brotherhood will give me trouble about it, but it's fine. Oh no, the Jester Cicero had freaked out and tried to kill a bunch of people at the Dark Brotherhood while I was gone. Astrid's husband chased after him, and Astrid wanted me to follow along. She even gave me her horse, who was called Shadowmane. Look at that beauty. They had gone all the way to Dawnstar, where there's another Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. Found the husband laying outside the door. He was leaking pretty bad. Said the door wouldn't let him in because he didn't know the passcode. But I do, so in I go. Deep in the sanctuary, I found Cicero laying on the ground. Yeah, Astrid's husband said he gave as good as he got, so yeah, he doesn't look in very good shape either. But here's the thing, you can either kill Cicero right now, or you can opt to just walk away. I find it kind of weird that he doesn't look like he's in very good shape right now. He looks like he's on the brink of death, but the second you touch him, he pops up and he's totally fine. Maybe he was playing dead. I don't know. Anyway, I chose chose to kill Cicero. From one sanctuary to another, back to Astrid, she thanked me for her husband being safe and Cicero being dead. She said we can now get back to the matter at hand, which is killing the Emperor. She talked about a cook that was set to cook for the Emperor himself at a special dinner. I was supposed to kill the cook and become the master chef myself. Also, why are you sleeping in your chef hat? Here we go, it's finally time to get screwed over by Astrid. Oh, spoilers, I meant kill the Emperor. Remember that time I helped them out fighting that war for them? And then they give me a stupid bounty and charge me 4,000 coin when I was done? Yep, think of this as revenge, suckers. I do look good in this chef's hat though. Food is poisoned, and I kind of feel bad for this lady. She has nothing to do with this, and she's about to get in a lot of trouble. We gave the Emperor his food, and as expected, he's dead. As dead as a dead person. But listen to this, it was all a trap. That wasn't really the Emperor, it was a decoy Emperor. One of the Dark Brotherhood members had set us up. The deal was that the plan gets busted, and in return, the Dark Brotherhood gets to continue to exist. But he also said that he doesn't care about the deal, and that the Dark Brotherhood is going down either way. I had to fight my way out, and I ended up taking the back door out of Solitude to escape. We better head back to the Dark Brotherhood. When I made it to the Dark Brotherhood, the sanctuary was under attack. Killed a bunch of people outside and headed on in. Pretty bad sight inside. There was a lot of Dark Brotherhood people either dead or getting killed. Bumped into a very much alive Nazir though. And while me and Nazir tried to escape, the Night Mother spoke to me and said to get in the coffin with her. A bunch of time passed and it seems like the fire outside is gone. I could hear the vampire child and Nazir outside talking. The Night Mother said that I should speak to Astrid and that she's still in the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary somewhere. They made it. Nazir and the child are alive, and I guess so is Astrid, but hardly. She admitted to everything. She admitted to setting me up, admitted to all of this being her fault. Nazir told me he's thinking about moving what's left of the Dark Brotherhood to the sanctuary in Dawnstar where we killed Cicero. But as for me, I've still got that Emperor to kill. I've got a conjured up arrow with his name on it. Off to Whiterun to talk to the guy that gave me the bounty originally in that weird crypt. He's hanging out in the inn in Whiterun. I told him we would still honor the contract, and he told me exactly where to find the Emperor. He was on this boat not too far off Solitude, but I was told he wasn't gonna be here for long. I snuck in through this little anchor hole. There really wasn't many enemies here, and a lot of the people attacking me were just weak sailors. Ended up on top of the boat at some point, and there was some guards. Now there is this door that has a master level lock on it. I still have that skeleton key, so I am getting through this thing easy. There he is, the Emperor is sat all alone. You know, going through all of this storyline and getting to this point, this part of the story just feels way too easy to me. Didn't even let him talk, I just shot him and got it over with. Again, it all seemed way too easy, but it's over. I'll be taking those clothes, thank you very much. I'm gonna take a selfie and send that selfie wearing these clothes to the guy that makes my thumbnails. Now to return to Whiterun to talk to the guy that gave me the contract. I want my payment. He seemed happy and said I could find payment in an urn where we first met. So here is the creepy looking crypt. The urn was sitting in this room. 20,000 coin. Double in how much coin I currently have. Is that the most amount of coin you can get from any quest? I feel like it might be. Now we need to return to the Dawnstar Sanctuary. Yeah, this place over here where we killed Cicero is the new home of the Dark Brotherhood. Now you can lie to Nazir here. I'm not sure what happens if you do lie, if he calls you out on it, if he knows you're lying. But I did tell him the truth, told him I had 20,000 coin. Now he did suggest I talk to Delvin of the Thieves Guild to use some of that money, having him make life better for us here in the new sanctuary. You know what, Nazir? I've been betrayed so many times, I don't think I will. It's my coin now, sucker. I had a quest to talk to the Night Mother. I didn't know at the time, but this quest is never ending, pretty much. You get a quest off her, you kill someone, You get paid for it, and then you go and talk to her again to get another contract over and over again. Day 96, and we still have the skeleton key. We need to return this to the Twilight Sepulchre, and this is the place we gotta be to do that. Once inside, we were met by a ghost. It's the ghost of Gallus. This is the guy that Mercer killed and tried to frame Carlisle for killing. I told him I had the key, and he said to walk the pilgrim's path. Now, there were hostile Nightingale sentinels all along the inside of this place, and to be fair, they were pretty tough. I reached this unique room as well. If I touch the light, I get hurt, so I need to stick to the shadows. Lots of traps I barely avoided in here. Alright, that's the end of this room. That was interesting. Now to drop down this really suspicious hole. Oh, that's not good. There's a dead guy. This guy looks like he's starved to death. He had a note on him, and the floor collapsed below my feet. But this is the place we return the skeleton key. After returning the key, I was introduced to Nocturnal herself. She said I'd done my job correctly and said everything was done as expected of me. And then she left, and all of a sudden, Carlisle was here. Didn't you say you didn't want to come see her? Day 97. Okay, not many days left, and my conjuration is only back to level 53. I said I wanted to get it to level 100 3 times, so this won't do. Pretty easy to level that skill in Skyrim. You just summon things and use those things to kill stuff. Oh, I totally forgot. I removed the Mage Stone for the Ritual Stone again, didn't I? Not been using the Ritual Stone too much, so let's just swap it back for now to level up quicker. Wanted to do more than just killing giants to level up my conjuration, so I went to Bleakfold's Barrow again. It's fairly easy, and it's a nice break from killing giants. Besides, I got my conjuration up 5 levels in here. I was going all over the place for the last couple days, taking on Falmer, trying to level up my conjuration. Just in and out of a bunch of random caves. Oh no, I'm a wanted man now. I got bounty hunters coming after me for my crimes. This wolf might be it. Come on. Nope. I thought that would get me my last level. Oh, wait, there it is. Alright, never mind. I'll be back, you jerk. You know what? I've decided that bear is gonna be my final kill of this whole playthrough. So by the end of 100 days, I got to level 46 and hit conjuration level 100 3 times. I managed to collect many summons throughout the playthrough. Most of them were just for fun. Again, that mod didn't really add too much that I was using. I summoned my 2 master level Storm Atronachs one last time and had one last look at the world from the top of the College of Winterhold before signing out.